Good morning, church. We trust that you guys are well, that you've had a blessed time over this Christmas period with your family and your friends. And we trust that you guys are well rested and ready for what's to come in 2021 in this new year. So this morning, I just wanted to share a short little message with you guys. It's not a sermon as such, so don't worry. I'm not going to take up too much of your time. But just a short little message that I believe God wanted to share with us, His church, His bride. And the title of this morning's message is Prepare for Your Expectation. So we are in the beginning of a new year, and we have great expectations for what is to come this year. Yes, we have had a horrible 2020 in many ways, but as we've said a few days ago, there has been many good in that year as well. And so for 2021, we are expectant, we are trusting and we're believing for God's goodness, and we're trusting and believing for God's grace and for everything that He has planned and purposed for us as a church. Amen. So as I was having my quiet time yesterday morning, I really felt that God wanted to share this encouragement, almost a little bit of direction for us as we are expectant of what is to come in 2021. He wanted to share this with us, and so I'm sharing with you this morning. So here's the thing. We can't say that we are expectant of what is to come, but then we don't prepare ourselves for what is to come. You know, if I am expecting something, then I need to prepare myself for that something. If we look at a wedding as an example, for instance, you know, if I am expecting 100 people to come to the wedding, I cannot go and prepare only for 50 people and then want to sit back and wait to see maybe not the other 50 will come. If they come, then only I will start preparing for them. You have to be prepared ahead of time. If I'm expecting for 100 people, I need to prepare for 100 people, right? Because if you don't, what is going to happen? As soon as the people start arriving, there's not going to be anything set out for them. They won't have a chair to sit at. There won't be a table prepared for them. And you then start running around trying to get everything sorted for them. What is going to happen is they are going to feel unwelcome. They are going to feel like, I shouldn't have come. I shouldn't be here today. Obviously, this person didn't want me here because they didn't prepare for me. They will feel like they don't belong. And the thing is, it's the same in our lives, and especially in our church. We say that we are expectant of this and we are expectant of that. Prayer meeting after prayer meeting, we are praying, we're saying, God, we are trusting for this, we are trusting for that. God, we want this to happen, we would like to see this happen. Growth, more people, maturity, people stepping into their callings and their ministries. We are trusting and praying for freedom and for a release and so forth. But then we want to sit back and wait to see if it will really happen. Will people really start coming in? Will people really start operating in those areas? Because the thing is, what we see now might not look like what we would like it to be. And so we almost hold back until we start seeing what we would like to see. And we almost have the mentality of we don't want to waste our time and energy on something if we are not sure yet. We tell ourselves that it's just logical. We can prepare or develop that area or that thing when the people are there. So we're not going to set out 100 chairs because we are only expecting 50. I'm not going to prepare a place at the table for this person because I first want to see. And I believe that that is the wrong attitude to have. I believe that that's not faith, is it? That's playing it safe. And I'm afraid if we are going to try and play it safe, we are never really going to fully step into God's fullness for our lives and for our church. I believe God is looking for people to see things as though they already were, even if we don't see it yet. Even when we don't even know how it possibly will plan out or how it's going to happen, God is looking for people that will start taking steps of faith, start acting in faith as if it were already. The second part of John 20 verse 29 says, "Blessed are those who have not seen and yet have believed." I'm going to read it again. Blessed are those who have not seen and yet have believed. And I believe when we really believe something, we will start acting on it. We will start working towards it. God says that we need to start become like little children. We need to have faith like a little child. For those of you who are parents, you know if your child is standing on a high ledge and you tell your child, "Jump, I'm going to catch you," they're going to jump. Why? Because even though they are not 100% sure, they trust and they believe that you are going to catch them. And God is wanting us to do exactly that. Start believing and trusting in faith like a little child. Start acting. It's time that we start believing like little children. And we need to start taking steps of faith in what it is that we are expecting to come. Start preparing for what we are praying for in faith. Prepare that table for the amount of guests that you are expecting. You can't wait until they start arriving and then want to run around and organize a place or a seat for them, because you will lose many people in the process of doing that. We need to be prepared. We need to have a place set out for what it is that we are expecting. So we have great expectations for 2021 over the church, over our own lives, and over your lives. And I believe God started preparing each and every one of us, individually and as a church, in 2020 already for what is to come in 2021. But now we need to start expecting. We need to believe that it will be. And we need to start preparing for it. Because when it comes, we want to be ready for it. We don't want to then only start running around and trying to sort that area or that place. We want to be ready to serve in God's kingdom with everything that is within us. To see God's whole plan pan out and play out in front of our eyes. So church, our encouragement to you today is, right now while we are still at home, take the time, pray and ask God to show you His will and His way in your life, but also in the church. What your role is in the church and what it is that He's wanting you to do in your workplace, at home, as a family, and in the church. And then start expecting. Start taking steps in faith in preparing for what's to come. And I promise you now, as we start sowing and sowing and sowing in faith, eventually we are going to eat the fruit of the seeds that we have sown. Amen. Be blessed, church. Be expectant. Pray into those areas and start acting in faith as if it were. Amen.